Every single day, over 1 billion tiny candies roll off factory lines. Perfectly round, perfectly colorful, perfectly addictive. But here's the question. How do these tiny chocolates stay so perfect every single time? How do they not melt in your hand, but melt in your mouth? And what really happens inside the factory that makes M&Ms? Today, we're going deep inside one of the most fascinating candy production systems on Earth. From raw cocoa beans to high-speed machines, to that iconic little M stamped on every piece. This is the complete journey of M&Ms. And trust me, you'll never look at them the same way again. The story of M&Ms doesn't begin in a factory. It begins in war. Back in the 1930s, during the Spanish Civil War, soldiers faced a simple problem: chocolate melted. And melted chocolate is a disaster in your pocket. But then something clever happened. Soldiers started coating chocolate with a thin sugar shell, protecting it from heat. And that one small idea changed candy forever. Forrest Mars, the son of a chocolate businessman, saw this and immediately recognized its potential. So in 1941, he partnered with Bruce Murray. And together, they created something revolutionary: chocolate with armor. That's where the name comes from. M&M equals Mars and Murray. And during World War II, these candies became a military staple. Why? Because they were portable, durable, and didn't melt. A perfect battlefield snack that would later become a global obsession. Fast forward to today. M&Ms are produced in massive factories around the world. One of the biggest? A giant facility in New Jersey, running 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, non-stop. Inside this factory, machines don't sleep. Conveyor belts never stop. And precision is everything, because every single day, they produce up to 1 billion M&Ms. That's not candy anymore. That's industrial-level perfection. But before the machines, before the colors, before the crunch, everything begins with one thing: cocoa. Our journey starts in tropical regions across West Africa, Latin America, and Asia. Here, cacao trees grow under humid skies, and hanging from their branches are bright, football-shaped pods. Inside those pods, the raw ingredient of chocolate, cacao beans. Once harvested, these beans go through a natural transformation. First, they are fermented, then dried under the sun for days. Slowly, they develop that deep, rich chocolate flavor. After that, they're shipped to processing facilities. And this is where science takes over. At the factory, the beans are roasted at high temperatures. This step is crucial because roasting unlocks the flavor. Then, the outer shells are removed, leaving behind what's called cocoa nibs. These nibs are ground into a thick paste, known as chocolate liquor. Despite the name, there's no alcohol here. It's pure, concentrated chocolate. From here, the mixture is separated into cocoa solids, cocoa butter, then comes the magic formula. Sugar is added, milk powder is blended in, and cocoa butter creates that smooth texture. The result? Silky, creamy chocolate, ready to become M&Ms. Now comes the shaping process. The liquid chocolate is poured into tiny molds, forming small, round pieces. These molds spin and rotate, ensuring every piece forms evenly. Imagine thousands of tiny chocolate droplets, rolling and shaping themselves into perfect spheres. Once formed, they pass through a rapid cooling system. In seconds, they harden into solid chocolate centers, but not all make the cut. This isn't a democracy. Any imperfect shapes, rejected. Only the most perfect spheres move forward. Now comes the step that makes M&Ms, M&Ms, the candy shell. These chocolate centers are placed into large, rotating drums, and this is where things get hypnotic. As the drum spins, a fine mist of sugar syrup is sprayed over the candies. Layer by layer, the coating builds, not all at once, but gradually. Each layer dries before the next is added. This process is repeated again and again and again, until the perfect shell is formed, thin, crunchy, and protective. This is the secret behind the slogan, "Melts in your mouth, not in your hand." But M&Ms aren't just candy, they're colorful candy. So how do they get those vibrant colors? During the coating process, food-safe dyes are added to the sugar layers. Each batch is carefully controlled. Because consistency matters. The exact same red, the exact same blue, every single time. And here's something most people don't know. Each pack has a specific color ratio. It's not random, it's engineered. Now for the detail everyone recognizes. That tiny white M. Stamping it sounds simple, but it's not. Each candy must be perfectly positioned. Then, a specialized machine uses soft rubber rollers to gently print the M onto the surface, without cracking the shell, without damaging the candy. Thousands per minute, perfectly aligned, perfectly stamped. Now comes the final stage. All the different colors are brought together and mixed. This process ensures every pack looks balanced and appealing. Then, high-speed machines take over. Each pack is weighed with precision, filled automatically. Sealed instantly, robotic arms move in perfect sync, sorting, stacking, packing. Thousands of packets every minute, from factory line to store shelves, in as little as 24 hours. Let's pause for a second, because the scale of this operation is almost unbelievable. Over 100 countries consume M&Ms, billions produced every week. Factories running non-stop offer something that fits in your hand. From wartime innovation to billion-dollar production lines, M&Ms are more than just candy. They're a perfect blend of science, engineering, and creativity. And now, every time you open a pack, you'll know exactly what went into it. If you enjoyed going inside this factory, make sure to hit subscribe, because this is just the beginning. Next time, we'll take you inside another incredible production process. And trust me, you won't want to miss it.